Welcome to Siam Technology College's Sustaining Success Series, also known as S3. This sustainability education podcast aims to showcase the diverse roles and best practices in sustainable business, climate change, ESG, net zero, creating business value, and other sustainability topics with real-world examples. Our goal is to inspire learners and leaders to take action and to help upskill Southeast Asia's workforce. I'm your host, Ryan Frazier, Special Advisor to the President of Siam Technology College and Managing Partner and CEO of Frazier Global. My co-host is Mr. Art,
Hi,
STC Professor and Sustainability Education Program Associate. Always good to have you, Mr. Art. And today we are pleased to have 𝗏𝐼𝐶𝐬𝐴, sustainability consultant, and also someone who serves as the co-instructor of our Principles of ESG and Sustainability Reporting course. Welcome, 𝗏𝐼.
Hi.
Good to have you. Hey, so in this podcast, I just want to talk a little bit about the fact that we just had a really excellent sustainability ESG, Principles of ESG and Sustainability Reporting course. We had 40 participants from companies here in Thailand, many of them listed on the stock exchange. We also had other professors from other universities. I thought the experience was really good. This group was very engaged.
Yes.
They all were very passionate in understanding why ESG is important, why it can be used to help create value for their businesses.
Agree.
And, you know, the fact that they wanted to better understand kind of the what's happening around sustainability reporting and how they can use those practices to enhance the work they're doing at their organizations. 𝗏𝐼, what were some of the things that you observed or through the conversations you had with some of the participants that really stood out?
All right. To be honest, from the first day, because we are at the 3 days courses, and on the first day that I'll feel like they're not really familiar to one another, so they're still quiet and a little bit shy, something like that. But after we finish the first day, and it seems that they're more engaged and talk more. And for some of them that I had a chance to talk to, they actually come and thanks both of us for the class. They said that this class can give them more clearer pictures of what is an ESG and concept, and also how they can deliver about sustainability reporting, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think obviously that we saw lots of engagement from our participants, especially the section that you deliver about the report case, or I'll talk about those materiality assessment or sustainability reporting. Kind of that.
You know, one of the things that I thought was excellent, this is why I was so happy to have you, 𝗏𝐼, as my co-instructor for this course, was that we offered it in both English and Thai this time.
Oh, yes.
And for me, that made such a big difference. You know, look, I'm from America. I visit Thailand. I love Thailand. Thailand is a great country to be in, but you live here. You're from here, as are many of the faculty and team from STC. And the fact that you were able to help co-deliver this course in Thai, I think made a big difference. Shannon and I were talking about how we noticed once you started communicating the principles and the concepts around sustainability and ESG in Thai, that we even noticed the participants perked up a little bit. And so, you know, for what it's worth, you know, my hope and my goal is that we'll be able to deliver more and more of these types of courses in Thai, and maybe Thai and English, you know, which I think benefits everyone.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. And this is, to be honest, at that time while deliver the course in Thai, I feel a little bit guilty to both you and Shannon, because I really feel do I left both of them out because of the language? But when I start at the beginning of my section, then when I start English, and then when I look at each participant faces, and I feel all right, let's talk in Thai. And yes, I also do notice some kind of changes and all the questions that they start talking and asking.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's just it. You know, we think, and I certainly believe, and I know I've had this conversation with the president, you know, that our ability to deliver more of this material, this education in Thai is only going to benefit the program. And so it's the direction we need to go in. Now, Mr. Art, you sat through the principles of ESG and sustainability reporting course as well. We talked about a lot of different topics. What stood out to you? What questions came to mind? What were the things that, as someone who is involved with the ESG program, but also still learning yourself,
right?
What stood out?
Well, I was taking note in the back of the class, and it was really engaging because I think about the GRI certificate and also things about relating to the IFRS and how the GRI is moving forward, right, to integrate with the IFRS. And before, I didn't know anything about this, and I was searching on the internet and the positions and the requirement for many companies that are in need of the people who be professional in the field. So I would like to know, for example, for GRI certificate, how do I get started, going into learning about the GRI and get those certificates to be a certified professional?
All right. For being certified with this GRI, there are two parts. Yeah, for any one of you who interested in there actually has 4 courses that you need to take, and then after you finish taking these 4 courses, then you have to take an exam, and once you can pass the exam, then you get certified, something like this. Then that when I say there are 2 parts, that means the first one is you study the first 2 modules with any certified GI partner in Thailand. So that means you get to study these the 2 modules in Thai language. Yeah, and I heard that there are a few certified partners of GI who are certified to teach you about like these 2 courses. And after that, after you finish these 2 courses, then you still need to take another 2 courses through online via GI Academy website. Yep. And then take an exam. This is the first route. And the second route is you take 4 courses directly with GI Academy, but it will be like online courses. And then after that, taking an exam.
And from the course, I noticed that you said, in the next 3 to 4 years, we'll be moving into more toward IFRS. So, Mr. Ryan, could you tell us more about a glimpse maybe in August that you'll be hosting and how this will be integrated into the IFRS?
Yeah, well, first let me start by saying if folks are interested in GRI IFRS, a good place to start is STC's Principles of ESG and Sustainability Reporting course, because believe it or not, we have at STC a relationship with IFRS that allows the what's called an academic usage agreement. So a lot of the content that is shared in this course actually comes from the FSA educational materials. And so that's through that academic usage agreement we have in place. So that's a great way to get at least some basic foundation and understanding of ESG and some of the principles and sustainability related reporting. So if you're like, well, how do I get started? Start with STC's Principles of ESG and Sustainability Reporting program. And from there, what you can pursue is what's called the FSA. I hold that credential. I think Pui will probably get it one day, but it's called the IFRS Sustainability's Fundamentals of Sustainability Accounting credential, and it's a 2-part program as well. FSA 1 is based on principles and concepts. A lot of the information we shared in this course, actually, you can find in the FSA materials as well. But FSA 2 is more the analysis of data related to sustainability data and better understanding how that data ties to financial implications. In order to obtain the FSA credential, you must take and pass FSA 1 and FSA 2. Both of those together get you the FSA credential. But to your point, Mr. Art, the direction of travel, at least amongst many corporates and listed companies that have investors, is to move towards the IFRS sustainability standards. And in large part because those standards are driving the connectivity between sustainability risk and opportunities and financial performance, which is important. If you are an investor, you want to understand how those risks, right? A risk could be water risk. It could be climate change. It could be health and safety of your workforce. It could be cybersecurity. You want to understand the most relevant risks and the potential impacts on the company's long-term ability to create value. Because if as an investor, you don't want to lose money, right? And the companies want to be able to continue to attract investors. So thus they are aligning around the IFRS standards. And that will be the future. And it's one of the reasons that I'm so excited that we have these types of offerings at STC. And I'm hoping we can build on that. Yeah. So,
and from the principal course, I noticed that the IFRS is quite new, very new, and not a lot of companies are using the full report using the IFRS. Right. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's early. I think that's one of the big takeaways, at least right now as we stand. And by the time some folks see this, maybe there'll be more information out there available. But a lot of companies, not just here in Thailand and Southeast Asia, but really across the world, America, in Europe, in South America, in Africa, are just getting started on this journey of adopting these new sustainability standards. And I want the viewers to understand something that's really important, and that is these standards are not just standards for the sake of having standards. The standards are meant to help companies and organizations both inform their strategies as a business, but also to provide an ability to have a common language, a common ability for them to have tied to their reporting, so that investors, other stakeholders, it could be employees, it could be customers, it could be regulators, have an ability to look at these companies and help assess their performance. And those standards provide that ability to have that comparability between companies within certain industries. And so those are some of the reasons that the standards are important. I know it's very boring when you start talking about standards, but it is important to business and the ability for investors and other stakeholders to make decisions about those companies.
Yeah, I also have some of few of my corporate friends. So right now, at least 3 of the corporates that I heard, they're starting to adopt IFRS, both S1 and S2 into their report that will be reporting out for next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we have to see how that goes because there's not a lot of people who've got reports out yet. But I do know that this time in 2026, there will be a lot more companies around the world who have produced reports using the IFRS sustainability standards S1 and S2. And the workshop, we have it coming up in August, I think will play a very important role to helping individuals who are responsible for producing those reports here in Thailand to do a better job of understanding how to apply the standards. Now, before we wrap up, we just got a couple minutes left, Pu. I want to ask you this question. What advice would you have for students or young people who may be watching this podcast and want to better understand how they could learn more or what they should do if they would like to pursue a career in sustainability?
All right. So what my advice is, first of all, you probably need to understand yourself first, that because when we're talking about the career in sustainability, there are so many aspects and angles that you can explore. You could be a specialist that you might expert in some certain way, like environmental or climate change or whatever. Or you could be an expert on the governance or social aspect, something like that. So first of all, just understand yourself first, that what kind of work that you want to pursue, and then after that, then go for a source, because right now there are lots of sources, knowledge source for them to go and see. For example, SET sustainability is also another way, from the SET website. Also has a lot of information on this. Or it could be harvardbusinessreview.org, that a lot of article that talks about sustainability, or even study the standards that we just mentioned about GRI or IFRS, something like that. Yeah. But like I said, the first thing, start from yourself first. If you want to be an assessor or a person who really good at that, definitely you probably need to go for IFRS or GRI or SASB or whatever. Yeah. But if you want to be a strategist, then you might take a look at the article from Harvard or from another Big Four consulting or something like that. Yeah, just try to increase your knowledge. And if you do have time, then probably while during the summer time or something like that, then let's see if you can find any corporate or anyone that who probably can work with to like add as an intern to help you gain more knowledge about this. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Art, before we wrap up, any last thoughts? Any last questions?
Well, one last question. What do you think about the principal course, and how do you think the students will be able to use it in their daily life?
All right. This question for like both of us?
Yes,
or,
for both
all right.
of you.
Then I'll go first. Then I'll let you wrap up. For me, I think for ESG principle is another knowledge sources for the student as well, that they then provide an overall picture from the beginning to let them see overall of the sustainability, ESG, and those kind of like approaching. And then after that, from this, and then you can start dig deeper into the aspect that you're probably interested in. Yep.
Yeah. And I would say, I think this course is an excellent source for basic understanding and foundational kind of view of ESG, what it is, right? Understanding the environmental, social, governance factors, right? These aren't just, it's not just a term ESG, these are factors. I mentioned a few of those. There could be things like water management. It can be renewable energy use. It could be biodiversity, right? It could be social issues that include things like data privacy, customer welfare, and governance issues like bribery and corruption, or supply chain management. So you go beyond just the term and you really understand that these are real factors. And then more importantly, you understand that you can measure companies' performance related to these factors. And that's important to driving value long term. Well, and there's so much more to understand, but this starts with just get in the course, learn a little bit more about it. We got to wrap it up here for another episode of the S3, the Sustaining Success Series, Siam Technology College's Sustainable Education Podcast Series. I want to thank our guest, 𝐶𝐿 𝐼𝐴 for joining us, my friend Pui. For Siam Technology College, for my co-host, Mr. Art, I'm Ryan Frazier. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.